What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday night Q&A hangout. Don't know why I started to sing that, but here we are, Tuesday. The draft is roughly 9 days away. We're getting very close. I feel like the Chiefs are done pretty much with free agency moves for the most part, at least until after the draft. Maybe they'll make a move, like a very small move before the draft or something, but I just think they might sit tight, wait and see how the draft plays out, and then kind of go from there. So the question is, who are the Chiefs taking? When are they taking them? What position groups are they going to be looking at? And how is the board actually going to fall on night 1, night 2, day 3? That's what we're going to have to wait and find out. But it's getting close, man. There's no intro, nothing crazy like that. I'm just starting right into the Q&A. How is everybody doing? Pavry's in here. What up, Wendy? Some great legends in here. You already know, Jeremy. Do you think the Chiefs are going to get a first-round pick? You mean, do you think they'll stay in round 1 and draft somebody? I mean, it very well could happen. I know last year they tried to trade up into round 1, like up into round 1 into the early 20s to get a receiver. They couldn't find any trade partners, or maybe they found trade partners, but those trade partners were like, yeah, sure, you can trade up here for this. And the asking price was way too much. They then tried to trade out of round 1, and they couldn't find a trade partner. They wanted to go like back in the 30s, but not really much further than the very early 40s. They couldn't find a trade partner for that either. So to answer your question, yeah, I do think the Chiefs could draft in round 1 for sure, but they could also try to trade out of round 1, depending on how the board falls, because if you do that, let's say, I don't know, let's say there's a team in the early 30s, like 35, 6, 7, I don't know who they are at this point in time, but let's say they want a quarterback or some position at the end of round 1 so they can get that 5th-year option. The Chiefs have a couple guys that they like, but they're pretty confident they're still going to be there in the next 5, 6 picks. You trade back, you accumulate extra draft capital, and then you still get the person that you want anyway. Yeah, you don't have the 5th-year option on them, but you still get the guy that you most likely were wanting anyway, and you get an extra draft pick or two to use later or to trade up at a later time. Just kind of depends. That definitely could play out. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but you can't rule it out, that's for sure. Daryl said, let's do the draft now. Yes, please. Let's get it done. Troy Franklin will be in their lap. What up, Real View? Yeah, Troy Franklin's a guy. He's out of Oregon. He's a quick dude. Definitely somebody they could be looking at. Probably at the end of round 2 would be more of a guess, or at somewhere in round 2. Like, you don't think they would take Troy Franklin at pick 32, do you? I know Peter Schrager mocked Jalen Polk, I believe, to the Chiefs today at pick 32, and I mean, okay, if that's who they really wanted, I feel like you could get him in round 2, but so it's just going to be intriguing to see how it plays out, because here's the thing, the Chiefs are like, well, yeah, this guy probably has a 2nd-round pick, but we have pick 32 and then we have pick 64. This person that we're looking at right now is probably not going to be available at pick 64, so we've got to do that. You got to think about it. When the Chiefs pick last, they basically are like the first round or the first pick of the next round. I know that's not exactly how it works, but their pick 32 is basically a 2nd-round pick. Obviously, not technically, because you can get the 5th-year option and all that, but they're at the end of every single round. So you've got to think like, well, if they have a 2nd-round grade on, let's say, Troy Franklin, well, their pick 32 is borderline 2nd round, so take him, because pick 64 is way the heck back there, unless you're going to take Snead's future 3rd and then trade up. Use that to trade up into the round 2. You could do that. What's up, Carson? You saw him in Lee's Summit? Saw who? You saw who in Lee's Summit? You saw McCole Hardman at my track meet today. Is he allowed to be in the Chiefs facility? I don't know. You saw McCole Hardman at Lee's Summit? That's cool. I don't know if he's allowed to be in the Chiefs facility. I mean, because he's a free agent, but he's really cool with the Chiefs. Very well could be there on a visit. Not sure, though. Was surprised at how many fourth rounders that I did not recognize on your list. Which list? Which list are we talking about? I thought you shaved the middle of your beard for a second. No, it's still here. The middle of my beard is still intact. It does look darker, though. What's up with that? Why is that? That's kind of weird. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, the fourth rounders of all time. What did I do, a short on that? I'm trying to remember. We did a short on the 8 picks drafted before Mahomes. And then we've got a short coming out, the best running backs drafted of all time by the Chiefs. You've got Jamal Charles on there, obviously. You've got Ed Padlock. I can't remember off the top of my head. I mess up his name every time. Larry Johnson was on there and one others. Priest Holmes wasn't drafted by the Chiefs, but he is one of the best Chiefs running backs of all time. Priest Holmes was undrafted and played for the Ravens. Are you going to replace that Tony jersey on the wall? Oh, not right now. I'll probably update these jerseys before the next season because we have like Chris Jones over there. We have Trey Smith from Sean Peterson sent that in. We have a few different white jerseys now that we could swap them out. You think the Chiefs will trade up for Brian Thomas Jr.? I did see a mock draft yesterday by, I think it was Bengal. If you know him on YouTube, Bengal YouTube. He does Madden content, but a lot of draft content as well. He had the Chiefs trade up to pick 20 for Brian Thomas Jr. And that's not the first mock I've seen where the Chiefs go up and they trade up to go get Brian Thomas Jr. So I don't know how likely it is, but it is definitely possible. If he gets taken at 13, 14, Brian Thomas Jr., the Chiefs are never going to get close. But if he falls into the later teens, I mean, they could definitely move up to get him. And, Brian Thomas Jr., man, he is fast. His route tree is limited, but he can still grow. He hasn't been playing football like all that long at the end of the day, I believe. And then like his deep ball tracking skills are pretty elite, and the Chiefs could really use that. If they're like, hey, we're going to go get our potential wide receiver 1 of the future. Travis Kelce's not getting any younger. Sky Moore, we don't know what he's going to become. Tony's on the last year of his deal. McColl's a free agent. Justin Watson's on the last year of his deal. You've got Rice, but then who else do you got? I mean, you got Hollywood Brown on a 1-year deal. They need to make investments in the wide receiver room, and they need to start. I mean, they have been. They drafted Sky, second round, 2 years ago. He's in year 3. They drafted Rashee last year, second round, but then you've got a Rashee pending suspension. That's looming. You've got a lot to look at with the wide receiver room, in my opinion. And so that's why I wouldn't be surprised to see them draft a wide receiver early and maybe even another one a little bit later. Wide receiver would be picked over to get a quality. Wide receiver would be picked over to get quality round 1 receiver at number 32. I don't exactly know what you're saying, Joe. Who do you prefer for wide receiver in the first round? At 32, it just kind of depends on who falls. Ladd McConkey could be there. Maybe Xavier Worthy could be there. I don't know that Brian Thomas Jr. is not going to be there. I don't know that A.D. Mitchell is going to be there. I've seen some mock drafts allowing the Chiefs to take A.D. Mitchell at pick 32. I do not think he's going to be there. If you want to trade up into the mid-20s, you'd have to hop over the Bills to get A.D. Mitchell. Like, I could see the Chiefs doing that. But if you want Brian Thomas Jr., you've got to move up into probably the late teens, maybe pick 2021. So it just kind of depends on where they are in the round. Like, if they stay at 32, Keon Coleman could be available, obviously, still. Maybe Worthy, Ladd McConkey. Peter Schrager just fit Jalen Polk to the Chiefs at 32. I've seen Troy Franklin. There's quite a few that could be there. Whoever gets Xavier needs to celebrate with Wayne's World. We're not Worthy. Oh, my gosh. Alex said, I don't want Worthy. He gives me John Ross vibes. Yeah, I saw an interesting stat that was talking about all of the speedy wide receivers that have been drafted over the last 10 years or so. I don't remember the quote exactly, so I'm not going to give like specifics, but basically most of the fast wide receivers that were taken in the first round have not produced like as a first round talent. So, you know, it should give you some pause that speed is not everything. And we know that. I saw we stay at 32 I say we draft it, stay at 32 and draft whoever falls. Yeah, and if they just say, hey, we're staying at 32, we're not moving, we'll pick the best player available on our board. It could be a tackle, maybe. Could be a defensive back, an interior defensive or offensive lineman. Obviously, it could be a wide receiver as well, but if all their favorites are gone, then they'll look at other positions too. Yo, Golden Age of Dinosaurs in here. What up, man? It wasn't John Ross's fault, right? He got false accused. John Ross? No, John Ross didn't have any legal issues that I can recall. He dealt with a bunch of injuries. You might be thinking of Justin Ross, who got suspended last year. No, we're talking John Ross. He's the other J. Ross that retired 3 days into Andy Reid's training camp. But he was pick number 9 of the 2017 NFL Draft, the pick before Patrick Mahomes ran a 4.22 40, and he just struggled really bad, honestly, with injuries, and was never quite right. I don't see any other team giving us a hand in the draft. Yeah, Charles, that's an issue. Nobody wants to help the Chiefs in the three-peat. Not at all. Levi, what up, man? My options are Brian Thomas Jr., then McConkey, then Leggett, then Mitchell. Really? So AD Mitchell is 4th on that after McConkey and Leggett. I've just been looking up. I'm doing a video late this week on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round wide receivers that the Chiefs could potentially land. And so I've got some of those guys that are most likely not going to be mocked in round 1. So some of those that I'm looking at, Roman Wilson, Pearsall, Malachi Corley, Troy Franklin, Jalen Polk, Leggett, Malik Washington. And I don't know how far I'm going to go down this list because it's a lot to cover, but there's Jermaine Burton, there's Brendan Rice, Jalen McMillan, Javon Baker. That might be as far as I get. I talk about Johnny Wilson a little bit. That dude is huge. He's like 6'6", 231 pounds, borderline tight end, 10-inch hands, 35 3/8 inch arms. His wingspan is that of a desert eagle on steroids. It's a big guy. Yeah, we still got the rugby player. Yeah, Andy Reid spoke on him today. Said that he's going to be worked in as a running back and will be worked in on special teams, and they'll just kind of go from there. It's a big uphill battle for him. He's never played football before, but running back's probably a good place to start, as is returner. That's the easiest place in the sense of you don't really have to know that many plays. I mean, I bet Dave Tobe has some different plays and formations they want to run based on how balls are kicked. They'll have some stuff like under their belt, but that would be the easiest, most realistic place for Louis Rees-Zammit to play. How do I feel about Worthy? I don't mind Worthy, Britton. I think I'm more curious what Veach and company think of him. You know, he's what is he? 5'11", 165, 170 pounds. Just a smaller bodied guy, but he's fast. You know, he doesn't drop a lot of passes, at least as of recently. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him. He's definitely a fast guy. You know, it got a 2nd to 3rd round grade by a lot of people, but he's getting mocked a lot in the 1st round because obviously he ran really fast. That 4.21 40 is pretty nuts. He's on Dane Brugler's draft board. He's player number 50 for what it's worth. You meant with previous statement, Chiefs drafting at 32 will not be getting a wide receiver graded as a 1st round pick. Other positions May still have first round graded player. Yeah, you could very well be right. I don't know. Like, you've got Adunze, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. They're all first round grade, no doubt that they're never getting those three. They're going in the top 10 or right around there. Brian Thomas Jr., they probably have a grade, a round 1 grade on him, I would think. But who knows how far he's actually going to fall. And then the question is, who else do they have a true round 1 grade on? Talking about Veach's draft board and like their guys. Do they have one on Ladd? They probably have one on A.D. Mitchell, I would assume, or close to, but he might be gone too by pick 32. So yeah, you're right. They might be looking at other positions that have fallen, other players that have fallen of other position groups that they have a true round 1 grade on. Should the Chiefs start Wentz? Is that what that question says? Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a really good idea. Hey, your son is back? What's up, son? I don't have a son, but maybe one day. You think Worthy can make it to the Chiefs because of what happened to Rashi? When you say make it to the Chiefs, like fall to the Chiefs? Or you think the Chiefs would consider drafting him because of the Rashi situation? They needed a wide receiver early regardless of the Rice situation, but the Rice situation certainly probably turns the heat up a little bit more, I would think. I mean, I don't think there's any long-term suspension, but some are saying 2 to 4 games. Some are saying 4 to 6. Some are saying 6+. We'll just have to let the legal process play out, but sheesh. Hardman wants to stay in KC if he can stay healthy and if he can get better at catching as wide receiver too. I would keep him through a 4 or 5 year deal. I think you could get McCole, honestly, on a 1 year flyer again. Let him see if he can have another bounce back year. Like, last year was pretty rough for him. Like, I know he caught the game-winning Super Bowl touchdown. Like, that was great. But he spent the first half of the season in New York on the bench, and then he got traded back to KC and was trying to find his way and was doing some returns, but then he got put on IR. I think it was his thumb maybe. So he really had a down year. I think because of that, you could get McCole on a 1 year vet min-ish deal and just let him fight for a spot on the roster, which you'd probably get. He could be a returner. He could do some things. You don't need a long-term deal, in my opinion, with McCole. If they wanted to do that, okay, but I don't think you need to. Cole, how much would you give up to draft Brian Thomas? I am not a draft expert. I don't really claim that in my arsenal at all, so therefore I'm not really sure what it would take to go and get Brian Thomas Jr. Would it be their second round pick? Could you do Snead's future third and this year's third so you don't have to give up your second? But in order to get Brian Thomas, you've got to move up like 12-ish spots. So anybody in chat, let me know what you think the Chiefs would, like, anybody that follows the draft trade formula and just knows that off the top of their head. What do you think the Chiefs would need to trade up or give up draft capital-wise to move up to about pick 20 for Brian Thomas Jr. if he was there? What do you think that would actually cost? Daryl said, receiver deep this year. I don't think we need to draft one in the first round. Very true. I mean, you could get some good ones in round 2. In theory, the only caveat to that is if the Chiefs are afraid that a receiver they're super high on could be Leggett, could be Jalen Polk. You got Ricky Pearsall. You got Keon Coleman, Roman Wilson. You've got Ladd, McConkey. I'm just looking at guys that could potentially be second rounders. If the Chiefs are high enough on them, they could take them in round 1, knowing that they're probably not going to be there at pick 64. But I agree the class is so deep that they could just wait for pick 64 if they find somebody else at 32 and another position group. Could be on offensive tackle. Who's going to be there at pick 32? Your guess is as good as mine. I haven't dug into tackles like super heavily. I would love to get Joe Alt, but it's never happening. But yeah, that could definitely happen. Andy Beasley with the 2-bomb. Let's go, dude. Appreciate you, man. Are you going to stream the draft? Yeah. I'll stream night 1 and night 2. I don't think I'll do day 3, but I will definitely stream the first 2 nights, which is round 1 and then rounds 2 and 3, I believe. Heck yeah. Who will the Chiefs draft? Wish I knew, Liam. I wish I knew. I remember in 2022 looking up the Bills injury report and finding an early COVID. What? Oh, yeah, dude. Was one of your first few hundred subs, brother. Congrats on the growth. Let's go, Kanan. Dude, the Bills and Chiefs injury report was like my first ever video. So you were one of the day ones, bro. Thank you for that. Doc Holiday with the 5. Let's go, man. Appreciate you. Teams are lowballing the Chiefs because they hate watching us win. Shake my head. If you ain't a Chief, then you. Doc, let's go, dude. When you say lowballing the Chiefs, are you talking about in regards to like them trading up with another team or back with another team and like what they're being offered in draft compensation? Are you talking about something different? I think you're talking about in regards to like draft compensation and trying to play ball with them. If so, I agree 100%. I think because of Rice's crimes and how bad Sky is, I think they should draft 2 receivers. Yeah, it's not even like you could rule out, let's say Rice wasn't getting suspended. Okay? I still think you draft 2 receivers, even if Rice wasn't getting suspended. I said it earlier, but Hollywood Brown, 1-year deal. Justin Watson, last year of his deal. Kadarius Toney, last year of his deal. Sky Moore has 2 more years left, but I don't really know what to make of him. McCole Hardman's a free agent. Yeah, you need more help. Travis Kelce is not getting any younger, and I know he's a tight end, but he has been the number 1 target for Mahomes since Tyreek Hill got traded. So even without Rice's suspension, I still think they should consider drafting a couple, and then maybe sign a vet after the draft too. McConkey is the man, loaded hot once. I do like McConkey. Really good route runner, man. I saw him score a couple touchdowns that I felt like he had no business scoring touchdowns on. Like, he was shaking some people out of their souls. Out of their souls. Your birthday is tomorrow, Jude. Happy early birthday. Turn up. Be safe. Any games on the schedule you're excited for this year? I mean, I haven't really looked at it too much. I saw it when it was initially announced, like who we were playing. I'll look at it in more detail when we find out the order, like the actual schedule order. I mean, the Texans, I think we play the Texans. The Bengals will always be a good one. I think we play the Bills. Those will be fun. The Chargers, I'm always enjoy playing them. Those are a few. I could just look it up and tell you. Erwin Brown with the 50 bomb. Sheesh. With the 50. Thank you so much. Appreciate the $50 super sticker. Holy smokes. If you have a question or anything, let me know in chat. I would be happy to answer it. Very generous, very kind. Thank you as always. As a representative of the back-to-back Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, we the Kingdom just want to say to the rest of the league, we want all the smoke. Dude, I probably said something insane like that when the Chiefs won. I was saying all kinds of stuff. Cole, when's the draft? I think isn't it the 27th through the 29th? I think that's the date. Yeah, 25th to the 27th. Yeah, I'm tripping. 25th to the 27th. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it might have been 27th to the 29th last year, maybe. Maybe that's why it's in my head. Erwin, you're the best. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. 60-year banger.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-year-old 60-yard field goal off the crossbar and through to be.
Dude, that never gets old. Not today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Never. It's evergreen content. Mandy with the gifted. Appreciate you. Appreciate that. Loaded Hot got the membership too. Meekerson said, you love the idea of A.D. Mitchell? I do. I do like A.D. Mitchell. I think he's a guy that the Chiefs could really take advantage of. 4.3440, 6 foot tall, 205 pounds. He's got some inconsistencies, but he's got some crazy talent too. He could be a good guy for the Chiefs system. I don't think he will be there at pick 32, but you never know. They would more than likely have to trade up to get him. But that's fine. If they want to do that, trade up a few picks. The Bills are the ones to watch, guys, because remember, they traded away Stephon Diggs. They really need a receiver. Gabe Davis signed with the Jags. So the Bills are a team to really watch because they really need a receiver. So if you want to get somebody like A.D. Mitchell, somebody like Brian Thomas Jr., you got to make sure you go up and get that person before the Bills. There's other teams that need receivers, but Bills are a big one, in my opinion, and they're probably not going to play ball with the Chiefs. They're not going to do any trading with the Chiefs. So one of the last times they did that, they let the Chiefs trade up for Patrick Mahomes. So I don't think they like that. Not at all. Jennifer with the 5 gifted. Let's go. I kept the train going as well. 5 gifted is to the community. If you get a gifted membership, make sure to join the members only Discord. A lot of people in there talking all the time about Chiefs news, NFL news, all kinds of stuff. It's an awesome community in there. You get access as well to the members only live streams. Once a month, we do that. And we give away a bunch of signed merch. We did 3 or 4 pieces last month. So Julia got gifted by me. Let's go. What up, Paul? What's up, man? Doc Holiday. Okay, with another 5. Appreciate you, man. I'm talking about lowballing trades with teams in general. You went the UF wide receiver, pretty Ricky Pearsall. He was underrated route. He has underrated route running and sure hands. Dude, who the heck is that? Is Ricky Pearsall who I had like the catch of the year? Let me see if I can find it. I shared it on Twitter because that catch was insane. Did he have that insane one-handed catch? Maybe I scrolled too far. Yeah, Pearsall has impressed me. I'm just trying to remember if it was the video clip I saw. I literally don't know where it went. You ordered a mystery box jersey? Ooh, let's go, Mandy.
Go get it.
Yeah, no, Doc, I feel you with the lowballing trades with teams in general. Nobody wants to help the Chiefs. I get that. It was Pearsall. Dude, that catch is insane. That one-handed grab is nuts. Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, dude, this is it. This is it. What? What? He caught that. Look at his hand. He caught it with the front hand. One-handed. That's insane. I'm just saying. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, Pearsall's crazy, man. Julia said, how? I don't know. And he fought through contact as well and hung on to that ball. It's insane. As a Bills fan, we have Khalil Shakir and Mac Hollins. Those are our top receivers, but I know dang well we'll get blown out by the Chiefs. I mean, Khalil Shakir and Mac Hollins, dude, like, y'all need more than that. You guys are getting around 1 wide receiver, probably. If I had to like put money on it, I would think the Bills are going to do almost all they can to get Brian Thomas Jr. unless they're just super high on A.D. Mitchell. They'll trade up to get him. But you guys need, like, you think the Chiefs need receivers? Dude, the Bills need receivers pretty bad. Yeah, Doc, thanks again for the 5. I like Ricky Pearsall as well. He'll be in the video later this week talking about later round wide receivers. I mean, let me see. Pearsall's got a 2nd to 3rd round grade, man. So the Chiefs, if they want him, I don't know if he'll last till or round 3 rather, where the Chiefs are at the end of round 3. He ain't gonna be there, most likely. Yo, Andy Beasley, what up? Any chance of video on other positions? Casey won't be able to get him, but I'd love a breakdown on running backs, especially Trey Benson, FSU. Also, Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson would be great additions at wide receiver. Yeah, I did cover Keon Coleman in my video on Monday. I will probably get to 2 more draft videos, maybe 3. Just to be honest with you, they take a crap ton of study for me. The wide receiver video I did that we dropped on Monday, I mean, I did so much study on that because I'm watching film. I'm listening to like 3 or 4 different podcasts to get thoughts from multiple people who know what they're looking at. And then I have a couple different draft guides. I'm referencing all of those. I'm not just looking at one thing and then being like, oh yeah, this is what this guy says, so I'm just going to make notes on it. No, I'm watching it for myself. And I'm looking at like 4 to 6 different sources to get my notes, and I'm happy with that, but it just it takes a lot of time. So we'll definitely do another wide receiver one, and running back one would be intriguing. Maybe some running backs, tight ends might be fun. I mean, I need to just study up a little bit more on offensive tackles in general. That's not like a sexy conversation, but the Chiefs really need an offensive tackle, and I know there's some good ones in this class. So that's another one as well. Thanks so much for the 9 months, dude. Let's go. Yeah, Johnny Wilson. It's a borderline tight end, man. Hippie said Cole's putting in work. I mean, I was like, okay, we gotta get some draft content out, but it's such a grind because I don't watch college ball. So it's like, okay, I just gotta force myself to put the hours in, and get it done. But so far from an expert, but we're trying to get a few draft videos out before the draft hits next week. You're open for bigger wide receivers. That video is great. Andy, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, Johnny Wilson, that's bigger. Keon Coleman is as well. I think he's like, 6'3"? Yeah, he's 6'3", 213 pounds, but yeah, so another bigger guy. Chiefs love their little-bodied receivers. I mean, they just do. I mean, I think just the way Mahomes / the Chiefs offense operates, they're throwing to receivers that are open a lot. It's not a lot of contested type stuff. So you're looking at scheming players open or finding soft spots in zones. I mean, Mahomes just throws to the open receiver a lot. So they're not always looking for the bigger-bodied contested catch guys, although I would not complain if they were like, hey, that's what we want to do a little bit more of, and so we're going to go get a guy that can just go up and get it. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Did Dante Hall start the trend for the Chiefs? What trend exactly? Oh, little-bodied receivers? I don't know. Who's the other one that's DeAnthony Thomas? He might have been a running back technically, but he was a return specialist. He was little. But Dante Hall was before him, I think. Some of those years for me kind of blend together. Yeah, Hall was more of a special teams guy, but he was out there on offense a little bit here and there, and he was shaking and baking. Marcus with the gifted. Let's go, man. Appreciate you. Let's go, Marcus. Let me see here. Keon fans strong. He's strong and won't be injury prone, says John. Yeah, I mean, from what I covered on Keon, certainly an intriguing guy, former basketball player. He could go up and get 50-50 balls. You could use him in the middle of the field. Has really sure hands. So, yeah, man. I think, wasn't it Keon that caught wasn't it him that caught 20 screen passes last season? But he still, for whatever reason, I don't know why they did that, but he still averaged 6.4 yards per screen return, which is pretty impressive. Yo, Cole, who's your favorite wide receiver that realistically the Chiefs could get? I mean, realistically, they could get Brian Thomas Jr. They could get A.D. Mitchell. You just got to trade up. If you want to stay put at 32, I mean, I don't mind Ladd McConkey, because I just have a feeling Brian Thomas Jr., A.D. Mitchell are gone. Obviously, as is Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, and Rome Odunze. Rome is a dope name, by the way. But yeah, it just kind of depends. Like Ladd, he's a speedy guy. Did have a little bit of health concerns with his ankle and his back last year, but one of the best route technicians of the entire draft class. I like him a lot. And he's Irish. I like that. But there's others. Maybe the Chiefs are higher on Keon Coleman. Maybe Worthy if he's there. Maybe Troy Franklin, Jalen Polk, Leggett. There's a couple guys there that the Chiefs could be higher on. It just kind of depends. Eric said, hey guys, I don't see a first round receiver. Yeah, I mean, the wide receiver class is so stacked, which is why I'm doing a later round receiver video too later this week, that I wouldn't care if the Chiefs opted for another position or traded out around one and to load up on a couple more picks if they weren't exactly happy or they didn't feel the need to take somebody in particular at pick 32, or they opted just to take somebody else from a different position group entirely. Would not be concerned about that. Bruce with the 2. What's up, dude? Will Justin Jefferson be traded? Chiefs an option? I think that the Vikings are going to get a rookie quarterback, and because of that, they're going to pay Justin Jefferson quarterback money while their rookie quarterback is on his rookie contract. I think the Vikings keep Justin Jefferson. If I'm wrong and he's traded, okay. I don't know that the Chiefs are an option because you're going to have to trade for Justin Jefferson and sign him to a $34 million a year deal. And that's just a lot of money, dude. That's so much money. It would be insane. It would be fun, but it's just so much money. I feel like my analytics are broken. Are my analytics broken? It says there's 20 people in chat right now. No, it's not broken. There's 21. I mean, that's fine. But I just looked at the number and I was like, 21 people. Meek. Good night, brother. Have a good night, man. The Human Flea in the 60s. I don't know what that is. Roman Wilson in the 3rd. Yeah, he's an option. Dane Brugler's got a 2nd round grade on him, but maybe he would still be there in the 3rd. Do I watch any UFL? Not really. Yeah, not really. I need to just turn it on. I just kind of forget about it. I kind of forget that their games are on. What's up, Essence? Hasn't Veach only traded up once? I mean, it just depends. He's traded up in the 1st round, maybe just once, because they traded up for Mahomes in 2017. So, but yeah, they traded up for McDuffie. They've traded up. They've traded back. They've traded up in other rounds. There are more people typing than it says are here. Yeah, I think it's a glitch. Again, I don't stream for numbers, man. So if that's all it was, that's fine. But I was just looking at it. I was like, 15? I was like, I haven't seen numbers that low since maybe my first ever stream. So I was like, what happened? Travis with the 5. Don't have anything special. Just thanks. Keep it up. But dude, Travis, thanks for the kind words, man. And the 5 bomb. Let's go. That's right. Analytics may be broken, possibly. Worth trading up this year? Dude, I mean, here's my thing and kind of why. And there might be other teams on this same train of thought, and that's why Brian Thomas Jr. won't be available. I just feel like Brian Thomas Jr. is a quality receiver. That's a true number. Like the Chiefs could have a true number 1 receiver on a rookie contract, and it's because this wide receiver class is so insane. With Marvin Harrison Jr., Neighbors, and Odunze kind of going in the top 10, and then the tackle class being so strong. And then quarterbacks, like teams need a lot of quarterbacks. That's why I think Brian Thomas Jr. could potentially fall within striking distance of the Chiefs. That's not really going to like break the bank for them. Yeah, it's going to cost a couple draft picks and maybe maybe a little bit more than they want, but then you get your certified wide receiver one of the future on a rookie deal. If they want to do the same thing for an offensive tackle, I wouldn't bat an eyelash at that either. I've seen people with those takes, and I'm totally, like, I get that. You need a franchise left tackle of the future. If you can go up and get the right guy and the Chiefs are high enough on him, like, I'm down. I just know it's hard when you're at pick 32 to be able to make something like that happen, but there's nothing more important than protecting the blind side of Patrick Mahomes. Man, he said, I'm at 7. Here's how you know we could see how many. I'm going to see how many votes there are in this poll, because there's got to be more than 12. I think it's a glitch. I said vote yes. There's going to be some people in chat that vote no because they're little rebels. Cole, do you remember the opener when we played the Browns with Trent Green and the Browns threw their helmet on the last play and we kicked the field goal to win? Yeah, because they threw it off. Didn't he throw it off? Like, he threw it off, but the play was still going or something? Yeah, I think YouTube's bugging, guys, because it says your vote. Yeah, there's 0 votes. YouTube's broken. Okay, yeah, YouTube's broken. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I remember that play. I actually just watched it, like, within the past 6 months. It was insane. All right, nobody can vote. It's rigged. I broke the internet. Blessings. When's the draft? The 25th to the 27th, next week. Yeah, YouTube's bugging right now. Broke tube. Did we bring in Wentz just to run the QB sneak? Well, he said at his introductory presser that was not something the team discussed with him at all, meaning him running QB sneaks, but he would be open to the idea. I'm down. He has an 86% success rate running the QB sneak in his career. That's freaking great. And it's not just Jason Kelce. He said it was a lot of credit to Jason Kelce, and Jason Kelce's great, but he was 9 for 10 on QB sneaks with the Colts. There's no Jason Kelce there. What do you think about Kevin Lockett being a Chief? I haven't thought much about that at all, to be honest. Dude, Kool-Aid McKinstry, he could fall to 32. Yeah, guys, YouTube's bugging. It says there's 4 people watching right now. There's no way. It's broken. There's like dozens of people commenting. Yeah, Kool-Aid would be dope. I mean, that's a cornerback. And that's so some people are like, well, they don't need a cornerback. Well, if you could somehow get around one like corner and the secondary stays incredible, like, they would still be really well. I think they'd play really well without Snead, but they would definitely take a step back, like, in some regard. If you can get a guy that comes in and maybe he's not Snead level, but he's close-ish, or at least has the ceiling to be able to be that good, even in a couple years, and you still have Trent McDuffie, and you've got others holding it down as well, I wouldn't really complain about that, especially if somebody like that's falling because wide receivers, tackles, and quarterbacks are getting scooped up, defensive ends. YouTube's going crazy. Dude, it's bugging. I can only count to 4. Since the draft is stacked with wide receiver, why not trade back for more wide receiver picks and other positions? No, you can, Alec. They could definitely trade back. It just takes 2 to tango. The Chiefs tried to trade back out of round 1 last year, and they couldn't find anybody to trade back with. Veach said they could have traded back into round 2, but it wasn't going to be. They weren't going to be able to get early enough into round 2 for their liking, so they stayed put. It won't even let you like the video, really. Yeah, YouTube's definitely bugging out, man. That's all good. I just appreciate you guys being in here. Again, I don't look at the stream numbers very often. I'm just here to hang out with you guys and what the numbers are, which is also on the flip side why when we're doing a game stream, a play-by-play reaction, and there's 15,000 people in stream, I don't freak out because I just try not to worry about the numbers. I just try to engage with chat or provide a great experience, entertainment, like all that. But when I saw there was like 12 people in chat, I was like, all right, something's wrong. Bueller? Yeah, the game streams are extremely nuts. You think Pats were always willing to trade back because no one let them trade up? I mean, quite possibly. Yeah. 100%. If Kool-Aid is there at 32, Veach takes him, I would not complain. Then I could talk about Kool-Aid all the freaking time, dude. He's been drinking the Kool-Aid. Paul Ellis said, I hit the like button and it said the resources have been exhausted. What? What is happening? I'm trying to see if there's any info on YouTube being down. But I mean, you guys can see me and hear me, so that's all that matters. Well, how would you feel about Micah Hyde? Hey, Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid. I mean, where's Micah Hyde right now? Did he get released? I know he was with the Bills, but is he one that, yeah, he's a free agent. I just don't think the Chiefs need a safety. I would welcome him, but I just don't know that the Chiefs, they've got Brian Cook, Chamari Connor, Justin Reed. You've got, they got Deion Bush. Have somebody else that I'm missing? Justin Reed, B. Cook, Chamari Connor, Deion Bush. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one. I feel good about it. Cole, another advantage of trading back is round 2 players are less expensive than round 1. Yeah. Less expensive. Najee Johnson. Yeah, but I feel like they kind of were really moving him to cornerback. But yeah, I'm excited for Najee too. I did say Reed. I did say Justin Reed. Connor got a lot of playing time in the Super Bowl. That's injury related. Yeah, I'm still excited for Connor next season. Like, I'm really high on that guy. Like, not like drug related high, just think highly of him. I'm just being stupid, guys. Storm, what up, dude? You heard something about 60-year-olds? Oh, shoot.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal over the crossbar.
Dude, that's so crazy, bro. How do you mess up that bad? I talk with y'all in chat for hours and hours a week. I have never messed up something like that bad, dude. No way. I stutter and stumble on my words and stuff, but nothing like that. Oh. Yeah, I did say B. Cook. Yeah, Tony. Brian Cook. Who? Nick Jones. Yeah, he's a corner, but I am excited about him as well next year. we got everybody trying to got everyone trying to get these videos to spawn because somebody said Pat who?
Pat who? Pat Mahomes. Pat who? Pat Mahomes. Pat who? Pat Mahomes. Pat who? Pat Mahomes.
Oh yeah, Yvonne, that wasn't me. But somebody commented talking about we need a deep threat. They accidentally said a different word instead of threat. Was that on the Cole and Kylie episode? That was a funny one. What's going on with the Joker? Asked Paul. Kadarius Toney? He's in Texas training. Andy Reid spoke on him. And he basically said he's one of the most talented guys out there. Just got to stay healthy and stay on the field. Andy Reid just said that in a presser on Monday. Braden said, there's only 12 people. That don't seem right. Yeah, I think YouTube's broken. You can't like the stream. You can't vote on I tried to do a poll. You couldn't vote on it. And then it says there's 12 people. That's just, well, it says 15 now. Is the Tony lamp broke? No, the Tony lamp's not broke. You just can't really see it while I'm sitting. YouTube is popping off on down detector. Okay, yeah, I think YouTube's just having some issues. It's all good. Yeah, don't turn the ball over. That would be helpful. Tony is broke? Oh, no. You think Tony could be wide receiver 1? No. No. We had that conversation last year. I mean, really, it's like, I'm just going to assume Tony is wide receiver 5 in the pecking order and has 200 yards this season, unless he proves me otherwise. And I'm totally fine with him proving me otherwise. But just every year, it's like, oh, this is Tony's year. Chiefs are like, yeah, he's going to be wide receiver 1. This, that. It's like, well, no, he can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. If he can, great. I would love it. He's freaking dangerous with the ball in his hands, especially on punt returns, but he just hasn't been able to show that. This is a contract year for Tony, so I'm like a little bit curious if that'll play any sort of a role in him and his production, because sometimes the contract years are undefeated. Jennifer with the 10 bomb, the dono still works. The membership renewals too. Race fan with the 11 months said, I like the injury report that said BJ Thompson's injury. He injured his BJ Thompson. Dude, I can't remember what week that was, but that was great. BJ Thompson's injured his BJ Thompson. Like, that just sounds really painful. What's up, race fan? My prediction is Tony requests trade mid-training camp. You think so? I don't know what you're going to get for him. When he's on the field, he can't catch the damned ball. Yeah, he's trying to juke people in his head before he catches the football. You just got to slow it down. Got to slow it down a little bit. Not going to lie, though, everyone is cooking Tony for last season, but we forgot the 2022-2023 season. No, I mean, he had his contributions, longest punt return in Super Bowl history, scored a receiving touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, he had his contributions, but you're definitely expecting a step up the next year. You have that full offseason under your belt. You know the playbook better, and he just can't stay healthy. And then when he was, yeah, one pick six, another bobbled up INT. That was in the Patriots game. Trade him for a ham sandwich. What's up, Maggie? Just want to say thank you for keeping me updated on Chiefs news. I started watching week 5. Just thank you. Heck yeah. Glad you're here. Thanks for being a part and watching. I mean, watching is how I make a living. You guys watching, and I appreciate it. Without people watching, what is this? You know? So, I mean, that's when I started the channel. I was like, well, I don't know if I'll get any views, but I'll start the channel, because I wasn't doing it for views. I was just trying to do it as like a creative outlet, and it definitely took off. I wasn't expecting it, you know, but I'm very grateful. Lamb is about $12 a pound. I mean, that sounds fire. What's up, Nick? Hey, Cole, who do you like more between Jermaine Burton and Tez Walker as possible day 2 receivers? Isn't Jermaine Burton one of the most athletic guys of the wide receiver class? I mean, I do like Burton, but doesn't he have I've been studying so many receivers, and I'm doing a later round video this week, so I'll have more in there, but is he not the one that's super athletic but has some character concerns? Is that not Jermaine Burton? I'm trying to look. Burton underperformed in college and still has maturing to do, but he has NFL level athleticism and ball skills, which makes him worth the gamble on draft weekend. He will be a better pro than college player if he stays football focused. This is Dane Brugler. Yeah. I do like what I've seen from Burton's tape, but as far as like a round 2 guy, I kind of like, there's a couple guys I like better. I know you were asking me between him and, who are you asking me between? Can't remember the other guy, but dude, if you could get somebody like, oh, let me look. Like if they could get Xavier Legette, dude, I would be over the moon if they could get him in round 2. I'm pretty high on that guy. You said Javon Baker, I think. What's your membership subscription at? I don't actually have a membership. Look. If you're asking like my own, like what's my membership subscription at here on my channel, I never subscribed. I just have the check mark, man. That's it. That's it. Jennifer, thanks again for the 10. Chief Zeb with the 4 months. BJ Thompson and Willie Gay on the same roster was the best. BJ Thompson and Willie Gay. Dude, the BJ Thompson injured his BJ Thompson thing was one of my favorite things. Sean Peterson said he's a head case. Is that who we were just talking about with Javon Walker? Or Baker, sorry. Is that who? KT jukes and hurts himself? Yeah, sadly. Those movements are rough on the body. Whoa, Xander with the 6 months. Let's go, dude. Yo, finally a part of the Let's Go tier. Dude, let's go, man. That's fire. Thank you, man. Chiefs got to get Worthy and another wide receiver in the draft and then an OT later on. You really do like Worthy. Xander is team Worthy all the way. He's like, we got to get Worthy no matter what. Offensive tackle later on. 3-peat on deck. Let's get it, baby. Yeah, I need to get an offensive tackle 100%. I like Roman Wilson because he's great in scramble drill, great speed and student. Yeah, Roman Wilson I've seen talked about too. Javon Baker, you like him a little later in the draft. Burton isn't really an elite athlete. He also absolutely has serious concerns. Yeah, so that is definitely, I do remember Burton. Yeah, Jermaine Burton. Actually, I probably have some notes on him, but I saw that video where he I think he kind of pushed or kind of swung at that lady. It's not funny. My nervous reaction is laughter. Like, it's crazy. Like, whoa, dude. Yeah, some of my notes on, let me see. Where is Burton at in here? Because I know I did. Yeah, very talented but inconsistent on and off the field. Has played a lot of different schools, but that's a concern. Average over 20 yards a catch, didn't drop a pass this past season for what that's worth. 5 of his 8 touchdowns were passes over 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. So, again, a lot of intriguing things about Burton. But, he's, yeah, a raw prospect with room to improve and dropped only 2 passes in his last 120 or so receptions, which that's pretty freaking insane. But the off-the-field stuff is a little rough.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Mandy with the 2-bomb. Thank you. Do you think the Chiefs will trade up in the draft? And if they do, how far? I don't know. It just depends on how the board falls. They could, definitely. Are you going to post another vid about Rice? I posted a video today with a Rice update at the end of it. It's about him and that lawsuit. So I have the most up-to-date info, really, that there is. I dropped another video Friday, I think, covering a lot of stuff, too. You like Mitchell? Yeah, heck yeah. We're not worthy, said Dave. U2 is truly acting up. Yeah, it says there's 6 people watching. It's broken. I saw former Texas Tech wide receiver, now Washington, Jalen Polk to the Chiefs. Yeah, that was Peter Schrager's mock draft. For this year, we need left tackle over wide receiver, but for next year, we need 2 wide receivers. There's some good wide receiver free agents left. Shoot, I mean, if they can get a left tackle, I'm down. I mean, you need to protect the blind side of Patrick Mahomes. It's pretty important. Doc Holliday with a 10-bomb. Been going crazy this stream. Appreciate you, bro. Said, I hope we don't trade out of the first. We would lose the 5th-year option. Yeah, that is the benefit of the first-round picks. You do have the ability to pick up the 5th-year option. You don't always do it. Like, they're not picking up Tony's 5th-year option. You're not picking up CEH's 5th-year option. He became a free agent. They re-signed CEH to a much cheaper 1-year deal. But that is a benefit. I feel like it's mainly a benefit for, I mean, probably wide receivers and quarterbacks. I don't know that it's that important for every, I mean, I guess defensive end. It just, maybe it's important for the right player. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that is like a bonus, a plus of drafting in round 1. Cole, does Mahomes have a blind side? I mean, not really. Just technically, left side is blind side. For the record, I do like Tez Walker better, said Nick. Burton is just a deep threat that seems to be projected around where Walker is projected. I haven't looked much into Tez Walker. Like, I don't even know. Do I even have any notes on him? I don't think I made it that far down the list. Yeah, I didn't make it far enough down. Not that he's like way down per se on the list. Devontae's 4th round guy. Yeah, I didn't get there yet. Ran a 4.36 40 though. He is fast. He fast. What about Schrager, Sean? Let's see. 22 Chiefs in the Hall of Fame. My favorite is Derek Thomas, but second is the kicker. Jan Stenerud, I think is how you say his name. Hopefully I said it right. Dude, Derek Thomas is my favorite Chiefs player of all time, man. 1000%. Where's all the Chiefs fans at? It shows me there's only 20 people. Well, it shows me that there's 7. YouTube's broken right now. The numbers are jacked. Chiefs broke the Bills, just saying. Dude, the Bills are in a bit of a refresh. I'm going to stand back up. Yeah, the Bills are in a bit of a refresh. They still got some pieces, but yeah, they've probably been disappointed thus far. I mean, they're 0-3 against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Okay, let me see. You can like now, said Colton. Hey, YouTube's getting better. Let's go. Casey's right here. Let me see if I can get my phone. Oh no. Casey. What are you doing? Casey. Casey. Hey. Say, how about those Chiefs? She's here. She's chilling. The Grim Reaper only needs 13 seconds. 100%. Yeah, man, she's the best. She just walked across the room and then laid down on the other side. A lot of you guys remember when we first got her, she was little. Now she's not, I mean, she's not huge. She's like 23, 25 pounds. She said, how about that sleep? Exactly. Oh, we at 98 now. Oh, we moving up. Good night, Landon. Have a good night. Traeger may have been going off pre-Rice information. Yeah, maybe so. But he just dropped his mock draft today, which I know he said he talked with, or he used info around the league to form that mock draft. What's up, Carpenter? Start a voting poll? You guys, all right. I'll say, is this still broken? Here we go. The poll might still be broken. We'll see. Oh, it's working. Ooh. Do you think the Chiefs are going to draft Worthy? I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe. It kind of depends on if Veach and company have a true round 1 grade on him or not, and then if he's still available. They definitely could take him if they're high enough on him. I'd go offensive tackle round 1, said just a burner. Just think it's such a deep wide receiver class. Yeah, that's definitely where some people's minds are going. Like, hey, don't worry about a wide receiver in round 1. It's such a deep wide receiver class, like maybe ever. At least in a long time. It's one of the deepest wide receiver classes ever. stacked with talent. You could pick up an X round 2 and maybe a slot Z later on. Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand that logic. And if the Chiefs want to do that, like if the right tackle falls to them, the right left tackle, the correct left tackle falls to them, or they want to trade up a little bit and go get a tackle, I would not be mad. It's not the sexy pick, but it's important. And I agree. The last time the Chiefs, I mean, I think Eric Fisher was the last round 1 tackle they took in 2013. Wasn't he number 1 overall? Brendan Rice, the name value alone makes it intriguing. True. I think I have a little bit of a note on him. YouTube barely fixed itself. Well, we have 100 people in chat now, it says. Cole Bills released safety Jordan Poyer. The Chiefs should sign him. Dude, I feel like the Bills released half their defensive roster like a couple weeks ago to get under the cap. Do you live stream every Tuesday? Yeah, I've pretty much live streamed every Tuesday night for quite a while. You think KT steps up this season? I mean, I hope so, Desi. I don't know what to expect from Tony, and I'm just going to keep my expectations tempered. Is that the right phrasing? I'm going to temper my expectations. Yo, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. Yeah, doing well. Doing well. Bills are... God bless it, Mandy. Oh. Cole, what team do you think will be the most screwed next season besides the Bills? The most screwed? I don't know yet. I mean, I could think of some teams that took major steps up, but I don't know about teams that took major steps back. You think the Panthers they'll be screwed? The Chargers? I mean, they did make some interesting moves. Would they trade Keenan Allen, released Mike Williams? Chargers and Broncos 1,000%. Yeah, the Broncos, who do they even have, man? Jarrett Stidham? I don't know what they're doing. I'm fine with them taking a huge step back. Sounds great to me. Ooh, Caleb said, do you think, what's up, Caleb? Do you think Mahomes has done any private workouts with wide receivers like he did with Rice last year on the DL? Quite possibly. I don't even know how they did that without the media getting a hold of that. That's kind of crazy in my opinion. But he was there throwing with a bunch of different people. And I think Rice said afterwards that he was catching passes from Mahomes in Texas, but like nobody knew about it. So, yeah, I mean, very possibly if they could get away with it last time, they could do it again. Doggy, you're crazy, bro. Are we going to try to replace Rice? No, I don't think the Chiefs... How many votes we got in here? We have 94 votes. I don't think the Chiefs are planning on finding a replacement for Rice because they don't fully know what his suspension's going to be. We don't know how much trouble he's actually going to get in, and it's not going to be the full season. It's kind of like they knew a Minihue suspension was coming when they signed him. You just kind of make do. They did not know Justin Ross's suspension would be coming, though. That was a surprise because that happened during the season. Hot take, said Flip. What up, man? Oh, wait. Holiday, did I even finish your $10 super chat, dude? I got caught up on the 50-year option and then just moved on. First round pick, you need to draft the best available. Yeah, depth over everything. 100%, man. You don't need to force it in the first round. Just if you don't want to trade back, you just take the best player available at a position of need and just call it. Sometimes not even a position of need, just the best player available that could just help take you to the next level. You got to think too, like Veach and company, they look at their roster and like into the future too. So they're like, well, we know that this guy's on a contract year, so is this guy, or this guy will be in a contract year in 2 years. So they're like thinking about all of that kind of stuff when they draft as well.
Go get it.
And then Kool-Aid is my top cornerback of this draft. Dude, if Kool-Aid falls to the Chiefs, I would not be mad about it at all. All right, flip with the 5. For the 32nd pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Super Bowl back-to-back champion Kansas City Chiefs select a punter. No. No way. Chiefs fans would riot. Chiefs fans would riot. Andy Beasley with the 2. Non-Chiefs question. See any gear you like at NAB? Not going to lie. Didn't even watch. I recently bought an NAS, and the lady from Synology asked if I was going to be at NAB. I did not see anything that dropped. And for those of you who are like, what the heck is NAB? It's like a huge tech convention where they show like new cameras, lenses, audio, like a bunch of new stuff coming out for the next year. I did not even see, I haven't seen anything. Long snapper for round 1, please no. Room this year is stacked. We might get a good one at 32nd. Yeah, just the wide receiver draft class. Oh, it really is. It's that good. It's pretty insane, actually. I inherited a bunch of Muhammad Ali autographed stuff, but I just want Rice. Dude, that's actually kind of fire, though. Yo, what's up, Eli? Said keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Does Bolton get re-signed this year or wait until later? Caleb, I feel like the 3-year deal that the Chiefs signed Drew Tranquil to kind of took pressure off of them having to get an extension done with Nick Bolton. I still think it could happen. He was asked about that in his presser this week, and Nick Bolton didn't really say one way or another, but he did say he would love to stay in Kansas City if possible. Remember, this area is pretty much home to him. I can't remember where exactly he's from, but he went to MU, and then he got drafted by the Chiefs. So he's been in Kansas City, Missouri for quite some time. Or the Kansas City area for quite some time, rather. So he wants to stay home, if possible. We'll see if they do an extension. We're talking after the draft, probably, and that could be Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, or Nick Bolton. Yo, Sean with the 20 bomb. Kieran. Oh, my gosh. Kieran Emigadije. How about Kyron Amma? With the 64th pick, Yale offensive tackle, take Leggett in round 1 if AD is gone and unable to move up for Brian Thomas Jr. Like Trotter Jr., linebacker in the 3rd, redrafted his dad. Offensive tackle class is good too. There we go. Yeah, offensive tackle class is great. Wide receiver class, very deep also. There we go. Sean's going to take me to school, man, in the draft. He's been putting in a lot of work on the draft study, man. I like that. Caleb with the 5 gifted. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's go, man. I appreciate you, Sean. Thanks for the 20 as well. Take Leggett in round 1, huh? That would be interesting. I'm not opposed. Rice deserves to be punished, not made an example of, but punished? Well, he'll be punished within the parameters of the law for sure. Just whatever the legal system decides, and then he will be suspended. Don't know what it's going to look like, though. You got to pay the consequences of your actions. Is there a possibility Chiefs trade up and get Kool-Aid or Brian Thomas? Yeah, I mean, they'll trade up if they feel like there's a player that falls that shouldn't be where they are. They'll go get him. Within reason. They went and got Trent McDuffie, and we weren't predicting a first-round corner. They got Trent McDuffie, and he's been freaking awesome, dude. So, yeah, they definitely could. Hot take, says Xander, the Chiefs go 15-2 but lose to the Steelers and Falcons for our only 2 losses? Oh, no. Not the Steelers, not Russell Wilson. Come on, man. You just like the name Vlad? It's kind of a fire name. You think the Chiefs will leave Kansas City? If they do, you're talking about because the stadium tax, the renewal or whatever didn't pass, the 3/8 cent sales tax in Jackson County. If they do, they're moving to most likely the Kansas side of Kansas City. So they'll still 95% sure be in the Kansas City area still, regardless. I think they try to stay in KCMO first, but we'll see. Yo, Wilkers, you did catch a live. What's up, dude? You caught one. Yeah, Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, he's an option. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a video coming out on the later round wide receivers later this week. Let's see, we need a tight end that Travis can nurture. Isn't his contract up this year? Nah, he's a free agent. Is it 20? I feel like I look this up like once a month. I think his contract is up after the 2025 season. Travis Kelce contract. Let me see. I could show you. Yeah, this season and next. And then he's a free agent. So 2026, he'll be 37. No, you don't want any Kansas Chiefs team. I mean, ideally they stay where they are, but if they have to move, I mean, I guess that is what it is. There's nothing I can, if I don't get a chance to vote again, there's nothing I can do about it. I voted yes for them to stay. It wasn't perfect, and I really feel like the vote didn't pass because the Royals were a cluster. If you do it again, you separate the Chiefs from the Royals and vote, maybe it passes. I mean, I voted yes. If they move on, I did what little I could. I voted. But maybe we'll get to vote again. Yeah, heck yeah, Wilkers. Good to see you in here, man. If Clark leaves his dad's stadium, nothing's keeping him in Kansas or Missouri, Dallas bound. I don't know, man. 3 Texas teams? God bless America. New stadium in Kansas with retractable roof gets my vote. Yeah, then you could host a Super Bowl. Half the country thinks they're in Kansas now. True. It is kind of confusing because it's Kansas City, but it's Missouri. So people just assume it's in Kansas. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know about that. I also don't know about the draft in a week, but we'll be streaming Thursday and Friday. I don't know that we'll stream Saturday, but we'll be pumping out content all weekend long, that's for sure. Strongest beard in the Midwest. Let's go, Doc Holiday. Appreciate you, bro. What if Josh Allen gets traded? Not happening. I don't think that's happening. Happy birthday to Yvonne's daughter. She's in the same horoscope sign as Cole. I don't know. My horoscope sign is Lombardi trophies. I don't know what that means. Aries, I think I am. What makes it more confusing is that there's a Kansas City, Kansas too. Yeah, there's a Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, right on the border of Kansas and Missouri. It's kind of confusing, man. I'm not going to lie. That's who. Great shirt. You already know, Bill. Pat who? That's who. Nightbot said, yes, the beard is real. Growing such a glorious beard takes time and dedication. What is Nightbeard talking about? Only the coolest of mofos can sport such a beard? I did not make that. I don't know who made that. One of the mods did. It wasn't me. You're from Hayes, Kansas originally? Nice, dude. Yeah, man. I lived in Kansas half my life and Missouri half my life, so I've had great experiences in both, really. If Mahomes gets to 5 Super Bowl rings, he should get a Thanos gauntlet to house them. That would be fire. Make a big arrowhead that lights up and put the Dallas Cowboys Stadium look like trash. What? They ain't moving to Dallas. K. Wayne in here? Where's K. Wayne? Someone said K. Wayne. Yo, Nick said, thanks for all the content and everything you do. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here and for the support. Cole, you and I walking down the street could probably pass as ZZ Top. They might be like, dude, what band y'all play in? Chiefs are moving to Topeka? No. No. Is Kansas City, Kansas jealous of Kansas City, Missouri? I have no idea. I don't think so. Kansas City, Kansas has a lot over there. They got the legends. Sporting KC. I mean, there's a lot over there too. What's up, Brenda? What did you miss? You missed YouTube being broken. I think they're working now, though. I think they're working now. I wonder if the Chiefs are going to make a signing before the draft. I'm going to assume not. I'm going to assume that you wait till after the draft and then some moves will be made in free agency a little bit. Last year they signed Donovan Smith right after the draft. I wonder if he could actually be re-signed again after the draft, depending on the tackle that the Chiefs get. Xander said, by the way, Cole, I just realized me, you, and Kylie all have birthdays close together. Mine's the 25th next week. Oh, when's Kylie's? When's Kylie's? I don't even know. Let's go, dude. Yeah, April birthdays are goated. Yo, Doc Holiday with the 2. Appreciate all the super chats, man. What do you make of Reese Zammit, bearded legend? I'm certainly intrigued. He was rising rugby star. The youngest guy to ever sign a professional rugby team, I think, in the area or circuit that he was in. He signed to a professional rugby team at 17 years old, played professionally all the way to the age of 23, played for Wales, and then he also played for some other team where you come together from multiple areas and you go tour and do some stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but he's kind of like, he was really good. And he's got talented traits to him. He's always dreamed of playing in the NFL. His dad, I think, played football in the American football in a European league maybe, and they grew up watching NFL together. I think his greatest chance is at kick returns, especially with the new kickoff rules. Like, it makes sense. He's got speed. He's going to be a running back. I'm just going to root for him. I don't know what to make of it. I think the most likely scenario for him this year is he is on the practice squad, but he'll be the 17th spot as the international player, and it's not going to take up a practice squad spot for the other 16. And he learns and grows and continues soaking it up. We'll see him in action, OTAs, training camp, preseason. Maybe he gets a call-up or two in the regular season if injuries hit. That's just kind of where I think he probably is most likely to wind up year one, but he signed a 3-year deal. So he could still be around next year and the year after, and maybe you see a bit more from him there. I know some people say, hey, Cole, you have no faith, or that they think that's an extreme stance that I say he could very well end up on the practice squad. I'm just trying to be as realistic as humanly possible. He's never played a snap of football, like professional football ever, so I just don't know what to make of it. Maybe it just all clicks for him right away. The biggest thing is, if he wants to contribute on the offense, like, there's just so much to know. And you have people that come from college rookie year into the NFL and struggle really bad, and they've played football for 15 years plus their whole life. So it's a tall ask, a tall order, but I'm rooting for the guy. Jeff said, curious if Andy will try to run him between the tackles. I mean, he very well might. If Zammit succeeds, the NFL can draw an international audience. Oh, 100%, Mandy. 100%. Very interested to see how LRZ does. Yeah, I'll be rooting for him. He seems like a nice guy. I was going to say a nice bloke, but I don't know if that's bad or good. So I didn't say it. You're still pulling for Remigio? Heck yeah, dude. We got to root for Nico. Yeah, I'm excited for him too. Definitely. Well, do you pay any attention to hockey? I do not. I don't watch hockey. I don't watch soccer. I don't watch baseball. I follow UFC loosely, and then NFL is all that I really stick to. Andy with the 5 said, hated Pearsall because I'm an FSU fan, and he was a problem for defenses. He'd be a great selection too. Hopefully we get a breakdown of him too. Yeah, Pearsall's on the list. Yeah, I've got a bunch of wide receivers on this next list. They'll probably be quicker hitters because there's going to be I'm going to go over 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 10. No, I have 11 on this next video. Whoo, it's going to be a lot. Worst case scenario, Rashee Rice is suspended, but hopefully no worse. I mean, he's probably getting suspended. 2 to 4 games, 4 to 6 games. I just don't really know yet. Everything was caught on camera. He's exposed. I mean, the dash cam camera, and then he fled the scene. We'll see. He's going through it right now, that's for sure. How old am I? 33. I just turned 33 April 12th. Yeah, Andy, I like what I've seen from Pearsall, man. That one catch that I looked up a bit ago was crazy. One of the craziest catches ever. Like, what the heck is this, dude? How do you catch that? And he reeled it in. That's unreal. He caught it with his front hand. Insane. Oh, I thought I went back to the main screen. Well, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's Hangout. Lasted about an hour and 25 minutes. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to go walk the dog and then get ready to go to bed. My daughter just had tonsils removed a week ago, so we still have to get up in the night and give her pain meds and stuff, so I'll be doing that tonight. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for all 6 of you hanging out according to YouTube, but YouTube's broken. Appreciate all the donos, the memberships, super chats, gifteds, everything, all the questions, all the support. If you haven't seen my video that I dropped tonight, go watch it. We talk about just all the pressers that happened yesterday and some interesting takeaways from those. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about those?